All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to I Am Very Smart, a place on Reddit for us to observe and respect the smartest people on the planet from our position of being dumb. So we'll begin with number 19, Hes Special. I didn't even tell anyone yet that I have more brain and a new part of a brain. I had an IRL scan. They say it's a new type of brain. I'm special. What's the thing in the background? Is that a picture of the scan? Because it just looks like pink stuff. Maybe that is what the special new kind of brain actually looks like. Rather than having, the lines and the squiggly stuff that most brains have, it's just solid pink and it's like radiating light out of it because it's so smart. Did you know that when something is really smart, it makes light come out of it? When you get an idea, you get that light bulb. Literally, your brain becomes a light bulb when you're at like 200 plus IQ. So this guy's there. He's currently taking remedial algebra at a community college. Can't sleep, mind full of equations. I'm inventing, #math student, #algebra, #college. If math isn't necessarily your forte, that's great, but generally people have taken an algebra class in high school or earlier, so it's good that you're proud of yourself. But at the same time, it's an interesting thing to be like, going on about on social media. But I wouldn't want to shut someone down if they're actually excited about math, because it's like they're finally interested in it. Maybe it didn't work for them in high school, but now they're in a class where they're actually getting excited about it. And maybe you don't want to shut them down. Just let them have their moment. Maybe they're going to get a good grade and learn some things. So I swiped left. Blue-green eyes with an insatiable thirst for wanderlust that has remained innately within me as, oh God, what is this? As an obdurate itch, Americanist, vexillology, custard creams, citrus fruits, stationary items, learning new words, being clumsy, and barista coffee. What? What is it? Oh God, you need the Oxford comma, my dude. I just was like, what does being clumsy and barista coffee mean to... Oh, they're different. Oxford comma. Do it. ENFP, and a tip for all. Wash your cherries before you use them. What does that mean? I'm afraid that if you're after that S word, then you're wasting valuable kinesthetic energy. Oh, this is like reddit.com/r/sad cringe. You'd be better off leaving it blank, my dude. Sometimes just silence speaks volumes. When insatiable showed up in there, yeah, it was a lost cause. Insatiable is probably not something that should, unless it's being used ironically, it's probably not. When did this get into Tinder bio tips? But here we go. I'm just trying to help, my dude. Start from scratch. A friend of mine, a freshman, got sent this. Well, name's Tommy. I'm a multimillionaire from NYC and own a high-rise penthouse apartment in Upper West Side Manhattan. I'm a jazz musician, can play every instrument. I play for the Brooklyn Symphony Orchestra. I'm 6'3" in height, and on my school's... What? I'm so confused by this. I'm a multimillionaire and own a high-rise penthouse apartment, but also school's varsity basketball team. Don't think those two things, like, they don't quite go hand in hand. So when he says that, I think it's his parents own it, which is a strange thing to be bragging about, like, what your parents own. And even if it was yours, it's a weird place to start off. Why is this turning into advice on how to approach people you're interested in? Don't start off with your belongings. It's not going to work. But anyway, continuing along. 6'3" in height, and on my school's varsity basketball team. I'm a huge nerd, and will be either majoring in business. This is not college, this is high school. We'll be majoring in business or theoretical physics at Columbia University. My family are huge nerds as well. Before my family moved to NYC, we used to live in Oxford, and my dad was a professor at Oxford University and taught astrophysics. This isn't my real account. My real account has 21,000 followers. I'm famous, yo. But since it's banned right now, my real account, I'm famous, but also I'm banned, so I can't show you that one. But whatever, I'm gonna leave now. Oh, no. It's more like sad cringe, dude. You're trying to reach out to someone, and all you have to talk about is your parents. It's weird. This doesn't have much to do with him being very smart. It's reddit.com/r/brag about my parents. It's weird. Border on demonetized word. What's slowly killing you right now? Can't find a smart woman to save myself. I don't want to settle like my brother did. I want someone I can engage with on an intellectual level. Some of the girls my friends have set me up with, it would border... Wow. Oh, border on demonetized for me to sleep with them. Why? Why is this? It's like a trifecta of just trying to assist with relationship advice. Maybe you're amazing and you are using a throwaway account right here just to like get it off your chest. Like this is a legitimate situation that you are experiencing where you feel genuinely out of everyone else's league, but it's not going to do you any favors phrasing it that way, my dude. Hire me, Elon. Elon Musk asks this tricky interview question that most people can't answer. You'll never believe what it is. 9 interview questions that might get you hired at Tesla. I knew both immediately, but you know, my IQ is 164, so really it makes sense. And I just don't work at Tesla because I think I'd be above all the other people. If I wanted to save the world, I could, but I just don't think the world is ready for me. But maybe one day I'll do it because of my IQ. 20 pages below the required minimum and still an A. Must be really good then. Me writing a 10-page essay 8 hours before it's due. I could knock out like 10 pages in 2 hours. I wrote an 80-page essay, case study, in 48 hours, but it was supposed to be 100 pages minimum, but I got an A anyway because those pages were quality. I would rather die than write an 80-page paper. Jesus Christ, I'd rather die than write a 10-page paper. But this man, 80 pages, no problem. I mean, it was supposed to be 100, but he knocked it out of the park. 2 hours, not a problem for 10 pages. It doesn't really have much to do with the original topic. I'm assuming this is about procrastination, but I guess, you know, you gotta shoot your shot when you have a chance to express your strengths. A post-midterm season at my university. Elementary school, what a smart child, she's clearly gifted. Middle school, wow, you were exceptionally smart for your age. High school, so intelligent, so promising. College, hey, you are utterly average. I'm always well above the average, so I can't relate. That was actually totally my experience, though. It was pretty easy to cruise through elementary school, middle school, high school, get good grades, and the teachers would be like, oh, you're doing great. These are good stuff. And then you get to university, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I can't cruise through this anymore. This is not as fun as it used to be when I would understand it really quickly. Dang it. I don't know what to do here. I'm going to go do YouTube videos instead. Sorry, I can't relate to the person who can't relate there. It's always really above average. I get it, dude. I get it. Some of us are very smart. We can't all live up to your exceptional intellect. Elon Musk connoisseur. I could listen to Elon Musk all day. Understanding him is something only a select few can do. Makes you appreciate science. Pretty sure that when it comes to most of the talks that he gives in a public forum that are viewable online, like he's trying to make it understandable to most people, because I'm sure when it gets to the really complicated stuff, that's probably kind of confidential and trade secrets that he doesn't actually want to tell the world. I mean, if you listen to him speak, it's very clear there are like a lot of things happening in his head at one time, so sometimes it can seem like it jumps from place to place, so maybe that's why it would be more difficult to understand sometimes. But I assume there's like a lot of things that he has to think about simultaneously, to where he's probably trying to like solve things while he's giving an interview. So his attention is probably always a little bit split when you're like heading, I don't know, 5 massive companies. Okay, I guess. Deletion mutation under frame shift mutation that causes the frames to shift, thus changing the amino acid UG. Huh? A 7-year-old girl named Olivia is the only known case of chromosome 6 deletion. She does not feel hunger, pain, or the need to sleep. In 2016, she was hit by a car and dragged nearly 100 feet but felt no pain and registered only minor injuries. Well, I mean, that on its own would be pretty wild, but what's the thing above the post? What is this person saying? What's going on? But why are there hearts after? I don't understand any of this. Frames to shit. That's like shift the frames. That's something I would say to an editor. I don't know what a frame shift that causes the frames to shift relates to what's going on down there, but I'm confused, but it's beyond me. I mean, it's obviously too smart for my understanding. Da Vinci 2.0. When you start reading a biography of Leonardo da Vinci, the smallest things have the greatest significance. I spent part of my morning staring at this glass of water and noting how the light reflected off the glass in the water. Just do it. It sounds like, I don't know, you've wasted part of your morning. It's cool that refraction is a thing, but just looking at a glass of water, maybe you could paint it, but I don't know about just looking at it. It should be something more. Take that looking at it and then be like, all right, I'm gonna draw it. That's what Leo would have done. This high school student is smarter and a PhD. I argued with a physicist with a PhD about the speed of light, and I won. Jesus forking Christmas. I don't know if that's getting you any points from your friend group on Snapchat, but maybe it is. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe you got a friend group that's all about like being smart. And you get together after school, you read through physics textbooks. I wish I hadn't done this because it was dumb, but we would have this thing in the physics class that I took during my freshman year at university where you were supposed to, at the beginning of class, submit some kind of physics question. I decided, oh, you know what, it would be really cool? Ask an unanswerable question, because technically we don't know how gravity works. We know that massive objects, you know, they attract towards each other, but we don't really know why it happens. So, all right, how does gravity work on my thing? And I'll submit it. The teacher must have been like, oh, look at this genius thinking he's all cool, asking a question that he knows actually can't be answered. And I'm like, ugh. Y'all ever read something so untrue that you wished had never been thought up? I had a college reading level at kindergarten. When I remember doing the what's your reading level at school, pretty sure everyone in my entire grade was like always at least four grades ahead of where they were at. And it felt really inflated to me. I'm pretty sure if everybody in kindergarten is at this supposed like 4th grade reading level or higher, maybe they need to like tweak it down a little bit. Because is the standard that low? Also, there definitely wasn't anyone in kindergarten knocking out a college reading level. It's a very easy thing to claim with no need to provide any proof for it at all. Yes, be condescending on Tinder, that always works. How tall are you? 5'8". I should convert that to centimeters. Multiply by 2.54, like 172. Gee, thanks. Or 2.5 for simplicity's sake. Why would you follow up with that after already doing the conversion? Also, just Google 5'8" in centimeters, honestly. Dumbing it down for you. Ah ha 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 ha. I'd rather calculate, but I understand why you Google. This whole exchange sucks. This would be just like I feel like both of you should just, I don't know, go in different directions. It's cool to have met you for 2 seconds, but I'll find other people. I told him Rick Sanchez isn't a character to be idolized. This was his response. I'm 32, and not only do I idolize Rick and House, I idolize every insufferable genius. Sherlock Holmes, Doctor Who, Tony Stark, Sheldon Cooper. I'd rather the world be populated by blunt intellectuals than deal with you emotional twats any day. Misery is the price of knowledge. It's easy to be happy when you're dumb. Wow. Oh, okay. I mean, if you want to get real serious, I bet you that if you asked successful people who ran scientific-oriented companies, their idols probably wouldn't be people like that. But you know, you're allowed to be fans of shows however you want, but for those to be your inspiration on how you want to like live your life in a dramatized or comedy kind of setting, I don't know, you do you, obviously, but definitely don't take the following approach of the next couple of paragraphs, because then nobody will like you. And we move on to top post of last month on a video about differential calculus. So nonchalantly done, and I'm floored. I paused the video at the beginning and did the derivation on the left in my head. Yep, in my head without prompting. I don't like to use the word genius, but sometimes no other word will fit. Good day. He couldn't allow the compliment to go unresponded to. He couldn't allow this person to be impressed by the person making the video. This person had to chime and be like, yeah, but also I, as an anonymous person on the internet, can do this in my head too. And I just wanted you to know, have you seen me and my impressiveness? Check me out. Because I don't have to prove that I did it. I can just say it. Because it's the internet. Well, that is it for the last month of I Am Very Smart. I hope that you have been made smarter by watching this and also gotten advice on how to approach other people or something like that. Make sure to like if you liked. Check out the playlist in the description. If you want to watch the other one that I did before, if you're watching this future, maybe more. Subscribe, do all that stuff, and I'll see you next time.